folks, today we are taking a look at Transformers' masterpiece, Thundercracker. Now this figure is a Toys R Us exclusive, or it was a Toys R Us exclusive at the end of 2012. I haven't seen this guy in stores in months. The only time I did see him was once, in a Toys R Us that was across town from where I live. I've actually never seen this figure at my local Toys R Us. I picked this one up online. I got him off of ToysRUs.com, luckily enough. Now, this figure is a little bit different from the original Takara release of Starscream as the masterpiece class. Now, I have to state right off the bat, the blue is beautiful. I absolutely love the blue in this jet mode. It is stunning how gorgeous this blue is. I absolutely love it. And I really like the decal here on the side of the Thundercracker holding Masterpiece Soundwave and listening to some jams from his 80s Walkman. Now, as you see, the figure does come with a couple of different things. It comes with this nice stand, which can be swapped around to hold him in both vehicle and robot mode. It comes with two sets of missiles, which can fit underneath the wings, and I realize I have him mistransformed slightly on the side. And he also comes with these two sets of guns that fit perfectly, or just about perfectly, in vehicle mode. Now, I prefer to have him with the guns as opposed to the missiles, just a personal preference. So it is easy enough to just pop these off their ball joints, like that, and then attach the missiles up underneath the wing. Like that. So you can do either missiles or laser beams. I prefer the laser beams. One other thing Thundercracker comes with is his own little Captain J. Dragon Sass, which is the little pilot in here. Now, Starscream also came with his own little silver pilot, though his pilot was Dr. Arkeville. This is just generic pilot dude. Nice and shiny, very easy to lose. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be anywhere on the stand that you can peg him in, or just store him. You can store this little clip thing underneath, and you can actually store the laser cannons, these things, underneath as well. So, transformation for Thundercracker is exactly the same as Starscream. The Starscream transformation, if you have MP Starscream in either the US form or in the Asian form, same transformation, except there is a little bit of a difference from the Takara version. And that has to do with the tail fins and the rear wings. So first fold them up and grab the entire rear section of the plane and pull. Now the first thing you will notice is these rear guard sections are not going to be on the hips. They are going to be on the feet. I like that a lot. I like that much better than what we ended up with MP Starscream, or the original MP Starscream. So take these sections and actually slide them up along the legs. Reach into, what I like to do is reach to the side of the engine and push up on these tabs to flip out the sections where you can fold out the rear parts of the feet, and then fold them up, turn the figure around, and flip around the feet. Oh, and I forgot to show you that he has the landing gears here and up here in the nose cone. Sorry about that. So you can just open up and pull out that landing gear. So, continuing with the transformation, what I like to do is kind of reach in here and flip up these tabs in the center of the fuselage. That will untab the wings and allow you to fold them out. But before you do that, make sure you unpeg the laser cannons. And then just kind of have to work it and wiggle things apart here. So just kind of twist it and fold it out. And flip this whole wing assembly up, like that. And then we can take the wing flaps and fold them along the backs of the wings, like so. And then we stand the figure up and get ready for the nitty-gritty. Now, it looks like a mess, I'm not going to lie. But what I like to do is first just fold the wings straight back, reach into the pegs, and then pull the arms out from inside the figure. And then just pull those arms out and kind of leave them off to the side for right now. This middle section in here, what we're going to do is fold it out, take the bottom of those middle sections and push one of them out, and they'll unpeg, and then fold that down to form the bottom of the figure's torso, like that. Next, we can fiddle with the arms. Just fold the fists down and move the arms into place, or into their final spot, and then we can pop ball joints, and these laser cannons actually fold up. The struts fold up into the cannons. You could just twist them around and get them into place. Alright, next we can take the telltale seeker, I guess these would be the thrusters or air intakes, and fold them down. And fold the arms down with them. Alright, we're almost done. Now for the nose cone. And this is where things get a little crazy. First, forgot to show you the air brake. It has an air brake. This whole section here is going to kind of slide out from the body, and I like to come into the back underneath where the head is and just push it up and out of the way. Then we come to the nose cone, open up the canopy. Oh, and I keep forgetting to show you guys things in jet mode. He's got a radar dish. Yay, radar dish. So, open the canopy, and then take the actual pilot seat and fold that up into the canopy, and then close the canopy again. So, we've got the nose cone here. We're actually going to bend it again at another hinge, push this bar up into the canopy, and push it into the center of the robot mode. And this is where things get weird, because you really just have to start fiddling, and you want to get the nose cone pushed in, and then as you're swinging the canopy down, push the nose cone section back down, and I popped the head off of its ball joint. This happens a lot, and the reason is because the head is actually too wide to fit in between this area. So it has these collapsing bits on the side of his head, and they collapse. Unfortunately, when he's sitting in either robot mode or in plane mode, these bits are popping out. And I end up ripping him off the ball joint. But that's okay, so that'll actually help us. So push the nose cone through the body, then kind of angle the nose cone down as you're pushing the rest of the canopy through, so you have the nose cone pointing down. Take the entire top of the figure and push him down. And I can't tell if this is actually supposed to peg into place or not, because on my figure it does not, and neither does my star screen. You see, there's a little blue tab back there, right where my finger is, and that is supposed to peg in to this peg hole, though it never does. I have tried to line it up, I've tried to get it to situate correctly. It never totally pegs into place correctly, so it looks like it's pegged in, but it actually isn't. It's just kind of sitting there, and no matter how much I fiddle with it, I can't get it to actually peg in. And it's this, I have the exact same problem with Starscream, or the MP Starscream. So you do have kind of a floppy torso, and you will eventually knock off a wing piece. They just snap right back on. So let's go ahead and reattach the head. Oh, son of a biscuit. And here we have Thundercracker in robot mode. Now, I will admit, I really, really like this robot mode. I think it looks fantastic. There are some issues, though, but we'll get to those later. I want to talk about positives first. The robot mode just looks really good, and it looks like Thundercracker. Now, this figure is a little bit smaller than the MP Starscream that came from Takara. Just a hair. I mean, they're not that much bigger. The big difference, however, is he doesn't have the rear tail wings as hip guards. I highly appreciate that. I like this look a lot better. Now, this is just a repaint of Starscream that came out, oh geez, many moons ago, we will say. It came out a long time ago. And that Starscream figure retails for several $100s now after a long time. And that, I believe, was a Walmart exclusive at the time. So, overall, it stays together pretty well most of the time. But if you really start pushing and prodding on the figure, you're going to have issues. Now, the issues with this figure. One, you move the arms. As soon as you start moving the arms, the thrusters, or the air intakes on the chest start moving. And the whole torso has a tendency to slide up and down on you. So that is an issue. But otherwise, the figure is just about perfect. Now, according to the directions, you're supposed to be able to do the head thing, do the changing of the face with Thundercracker. However, I have not been able to do that with this figure. My Starscream, my MP Starscream, can, but it doesn't look like this Thundercracker can do that. You're supposed to be able to pull the front of the head up and then spin the face around, but there's no other face in the head. So why is that in the directions? Now, I could very well be wrong with that, but I haven't figured out that at all on this figure. For size comparison, here is MP Soundwave, MP10 Prime, and MP Thundercracker. As you can see, Thundercracker is just a hair shorter than Soundwave and Prime, which is odd, because I always thought the jets were the same size, if not a little bigger than Soundwave. Oh well, still, he looks mighty good with both of these guys. Getting back to the display stand, all we're going to do is slide the silver part out, and you can either mount the clear part, you can either mount it here on the front of the stand or on the side for the jet mode. For the robot mode, though, we'll turn it around and slide it into place on the back, which is where I prefer to have it. And the place that it plugs in, and I actually slid it around backwards, the place where we're going to peg in is this single peg that's sticking off of his butt. So just get that peg lined up, peg him in, and just have him sit on the stand. And I think this works. I think this works a lot. Now, I prefer to normally have Thundercracker on the stand if I'm not going to fiddle with him or if I'm not going to pose him. But if I want to pose him on the ground, I'll take him off the stand, obviously. There is an issue with the stand in the fact that it's really wobbly. I mean, I'm just tapping it, and it's wobbling pretty good. Now, the original Starscream Masterpiece figure had the same exact issue, so I can't really fault Hasbro for that because Takara's had the same problem. Posability-wise, he's quite good. Head is on a ball joint. Air intakes can tilt forward to give you a more G1 look. Arms are on a ratchet and swivel combination. There's a swivel just underneath the shoulder. Elbows bend well past 90 degrees. Fists rotate and have individual finger articulation. Hips are on ratchets. Swivels just below that, and the knees are on almost 90-degree bends. And then the feet, well, the feet have a little bit of articulation, but not much. So overall, this figure is pretty freaking awesome. If you can find him online, or if you can find him anywhere, I would highly recommend it. I specifically would recommend this version of the Masterpiece mold. I think it is great. I think it's a great mold. It looks really good. It's a little bit smaller than the Takara version, but I love it. I love it a lot, and I really hope Hasbro releases a Skywarp version, because I would love to get the 3 Seekers in this. Probably not going to happen, but hey, one can hope. So guys, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and I will catch you next time.
Listening to some sweet tunes.
Turn that music up!
Oh yeah!
It is time to party!
Who needs an iPod when you got a sound wave?